Hey, what's up, guys? It's Jamie. It is the middle of the day. Actually, it's later than that. It's almost 2 o'clock. I am going to a place called, there's no endorsement. This is just me sharing. I am neither a financial advisor or am I a food critic. But I go to a place called the Tropical Smoothie Cafe. I don't know if they have them where you are, but I'm in the New England area. They are getting more popular. I saw them a few years ago, and they're pretty good. They're pretty good. I get the low-calorie one, the Detox Island Green, 180 calories, but they're all pretty good. But you gotta be careful if you care about that stuff. Anyway, today I wanted to talk about perspective, and like the other video I did was about getting beat. It was more of a parenting thing, right? Like, or if you're new to business or making some ventures, I was saying that, you know, sometimes we get beat in life, certain things. Hold on a second. Hey, going to Tropical Smoothie Cafe. You want a smoothie?
What, honey?
Tropical Smoothie.
What about it?
I'm going there.
I'm good.
You good? All
Yeah,
right.
just check your numbers.
Yeah, I think I was all right. It was like $1 something, 1,000.
Oh, I thought you were like $1.13 off. I'm like, Jamie.
No, I don't care.
I'm like, Jamie, don't make me look at that.
No.
All right, I'm good, thanks.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I'll decide if I'm going to edit that out. Okay. So sometimes in life, you know, you get some situation where you feel like you've been beat. I got beat by, you know, I was actually going to lunch, and I was doing a video really quick because I didn't get to do one this morning.
I see you with the trees behind you. I'm like, he's here, he's just sitting back there.
Oh boy, a lot of people talking to me. All right, so let me see if I can finish this. Where was I? So I was talking about, we're talking about accountability. You know, mainly. That's what I want to talk about. So if there's problems, and that's what I was just having a conversation with somebody about. If there's a problem, whether again it's at your business, whether you own it or run it or work for the company, whatever the product or service is, there are obstacles, there's challenges, there's things that are going to happen that are outside of your control. There's things that you're going to be responsible for, and then there's things that happen in life. So what I wanted to share was basically that if I invest in a stock, if it goes up or down, it was my choice to invest in the stock. If I lose money, and when I mean lose money, I mean like if it's an option and it has an expiration, then it's either going to expire worthless and there's nothing I can do about it, or I'll keep my premium, or I'll take a loss, or I'll make a profit. It's that simple on the expiration date. 2, I buy a stock, it goes up and it goes down, it rises and falls, but until I sell the stock, really, it's all just noise. It just goes up and it goes down, and it's really irrelevant until I lock in my losses or my profits, or if I dollar cost average in and add more to my portfolio on whatever account that I have. And there's lots of portfolios that you can have. You can play around with some. You can do a paper trading thing. And I am not a day trader. I always keep saying that. I consider myself an investor, and a regular guy investor that talks to guys that are a little bit not where I am at today. I have guys at my level, and then I have guys I look up to that are next level, and I try to learn from them and get information to help me. Wow, gas prices are at $3.99 right now. That's what I just passed. That's pretty good. It's the lowest I've seen it this recently. So the prices, like gas, goes up and it goes down. But that is out of my control. I have no control over that gas station's prices. This gas station I just passed, there'll be cars lined up onto the highway because they seem to have the lowest prices in the market. So people stop. And now I never asked. I could stop in there one day and say to the owner, "Why do you do that?" Because I know that the owners can decide whatever their margin is on what they want to sell it for. They usually just kind of match in the market. And he usually has the best prices, but he has a huge convenience store and he probably makes money because people, when they get gas, probably go in and get a drink, get a snack. He has like Dunkin' Donuts in there. Maybe they have coffee. Probably owns that if he doesn't lease it to somebody. But you're always trying to maximize your profits, and there's different ways to do that. So if I own stocks, I try to maximize my profits by selling covered calls for the most part. That's the most success I've had, other than just holding and not worrying about all this stuff. It's out of my control. I spoke to a gentleman last night who is somebody I think has a lot of incredible natural talent. This person has a lot of natural talent at the skill set that he has. And I try to give him some input and some feedback, some things to consider, because I want to see everybody win. I get excited if I give my kids, whether they're the little ones or the big ones, some input, and they benefit from it and they actually apply it. And if I tell a friend or family or a coworker something that I thought might be helpful, and then I see it happen, I get excited about that. I mean, I think that's awesome. That really gets me fired up. So when I talk to people and I recognize some things, I evaluate it, right? Somebody will either ask me for my input, and I think it's important that if somebody listens to this video, which I'm not showing stocks today, but if somebody listens to this video, it's a choice. Like they choose to hear out what Jamie Benty has to share on Bent Trading. And if Giovanni or Gary start sharing, like, they're going to have their own input on the stuff that they're good at. And you choose to listen to what somebody has to say. And sometimes the information that is shared is going to change your life. It is going to help you to do better and be more successful and avoid some mistakes that the other people have made. That is generally what I usually share, is saying I can only speak from experience. I don't have all the answers. I've heard a lot of different things, but here's how that or this or that has affected me personally in my life. So if people are phonies, right? If you want to say, oh, they're fake people, there's these people that pretend to be my friend or pretend they have an agenda. Let me tell you, everybody has an agenda. Everyone has an agenda. If you get married, you married your husband or wife because you have an agenda. There's something about them that made you feel special enough where you said, you know what, I would like to hopefully spend the rest of my life with this person, and that is why you decided to do that. It wasn't because, like, I'm doing them a favor, or they're doing you a favor. There is some type of benefit that you're getting out of that marriage, out of that relationship. And if you're at work, your boss or the owner of a company, he or she has an agenda. They are expecting you to make the company money, to represent them in a positive way, to make sure that what you're doing is making them, he or she, look good. If you make them look bad consistently, I mean, there may be some leniency there, but if you're consistently making mistakes that are costing the company money and reputation, that's usually what I find. Eventually, there's a change that's going to be made. Either you're going to get fired, let go, or demoted. That's usually the way it works out. So this is how it goes. People are going to be fake either because they're afraid, right? They're afraid of what you're going to say or do. They're afraid of what you think. And then other times, there's respect. Like, I've had bosses I've worked for that I may not agree with them entirely. I may not agree with them, but it's not for me to unless it was necessary. I generally don't need to let them know I disagree, go on my way. I just give them respect. Hey, how you doing, sir? Hey, how you doing, miss? Whoever it is, and I give them respect. I give them respect for for the job that I have. If whether it's a customer that hires me to do something, or if it's a company I work for, I'm thankful, and I give them the respect. I don't have to agree with them on everything. So if you want to call that phony because you may not speak your mind about a certain thing, or if you don't agree with something and you're not sharing that, and it doesn't affect anything. Like if somebody is smacking a child in front of me, I might speak up and say, hey, that's wrong. And regardless of where that goes, I probably would stand. That's different. But if somebody dresses a certain way or speaks a certain way or has certain mannerisms or does certain things, it's not my business. Like that's on them, right? It's not. I'm not as here to judge them, and I can smile and be friendly when I get customers. Sometimes customers, and I don't always see eye to eye. But I don't focus on that. I try to get the job done and be pleasant and friendly and keep things moving forward. Maybe that's why I've done okay, in the job that I've been to. I've been what's the word? I've been not flexible, but I've been able to adapt, and to kind of like, if somebody talks loud, I let them talk loud. I don't say, hey, what's your tone of voice with me? Hey, I don't like the way your face looks. I don't like your facial expressions. Yeah, you look like you've been into a lemon. Are you angry? Is there something wrong? I don't say stuff like that. I mean, whatever they're doing is out of my control. And so my advice to my friend was, don't take it personal, because when we take it personal, it usually it turns into something else. You can't control what friends, family, coworkers, bosses, what they're going to do. You can just kind of like focus on what you need to do and change what you can, and the rest is going to play out however it's going to play out. So it's the same thing if I share something I'm investing in, whether it's a piece of land or real estate of some kind, or if I'm buying a stock or an option or cryptocurrency. Like right now I'm buying more XRP, and somebody might say, oh, you're crazy. And I'm like, well, maybe, but I'm not telling you to buy it. I'm just telling you that's what I'm doing, and why. And then we have a conversation. Why are you buying XRP? I'm like, well, here's why I'm buying XRP. Here's why I'm still investing in cryptocurrency to some extent. And here are the coins that I'm buying. And if I buy stocks like Amazon and Google and Tesla, for example, versus the thousands and thousands of stocks that are out there, I'm like, there's the stocks that I'm playing. And, some are long term and some are like, hey, I'm trying to hit a number here because I'm having fun with this target, and it's a challenge trying to get there. So my wife was asking me the other day, she goes, why do you want to bring that one up to 100? I'm like, because I want to show the real stuff. I don't want to be like like sometimes people stage stuff and they just want it to look good, right? Like right now I'm wearing a tie, not to impress you, but I'm at work, and when I'm at work, I'm expected to have a certain image as a professional, and this is what's required of me. I don't have to do it, it's a choice, but it's the same thing. Like if I do a video, I'm usually sharing about something that I've had experience in, and it may not sound right, I may not say it right, I may not present it perfectly, but I'm like, this is me, and this is what I'm doing. And at the end of the day, my children, my 4 kids, are going to take that and apply it and digest it and apply it in their own way. But anyway, that's me thinking out loud for the day. I think as I'm evolving with this stuff, I went to buy a nicer computer, and I'm setting up some areas. You could always. I'm going to finish with this as I'm getting over 10 minutes. I'm right now setting up a staging area, not staging like meaning I'm going to put on a show, but an area where I want to do these videos where I'm doing either some, like some remote interviews back and forth with some of the people in my circle, so that when they go on, I have an area that's designated for that. Now, I'm not going crazy, but I can make a lot of excuses where I'm like, the paint's not right, the rug's not right, the table's not right, the backdrop, I need to get this, and the lighting, and this. I have 1,000 excuses why I'm not ready for that. But I think it's better just to do it sometimes, whatever it might be, and let it progress, and people will see the progression from where you started, and they'll appreciate that, instead of you trying to look perfect. And because people aren't perfect, and they'll forgive you if you're being honest. I think that's really important, if you're being transparent. Okay. All right, that's it. That's my share for the day. I will talk to you guys next time.